because the person's fist is the weakest, where the thumb is where you want to go. So the first attack comes to the cranium. The side cut, please. Boom. I get off the line of attack and notice that my parry was insufficient, but I was out of the way, so it hit me in the shoulder rather than the head. This comes in and I hit him in the ribs, giving him some pain, and then I leverage him, like so, and he goes down. And then I hit him in the head or wherever.
Laboring as you see.
Laboring as you see. Any other questions? There's a question in the back row? No. Very good. Okay, so next. Oh, I was too bombastic. My computer went to sleep. Here we go. Next we have. Daniel and David, a cane defense against a savate kick. You have an expert kicker. Now the 3 kicks that we learn in Bartitsu, of all the kicks that Daniel and Gavin did, we only use 3. This is the grand chas. Did I say that right? Sounds good. This is the one that you know as the Bruce Lee kick and then the dragon. And then Daniel is going to defend against it at your own speed, gentlemen. Oh! You will remember that is a heavy cane or a heavy weighted head that just impacted his Achilles head. Very good.
I was acting.
It's good. Next, we have the defense. If you have a cane and you are facing an expert boxer, well said. And then Daniel could belabor as
You got up too fast.
got up to that. Right. Now, as it was stated earlier, in England, we have a sense of decorum. We all grew up with it. It was beaten into us as young Victorian individuals. But in foreign countries, people never fight for amusement or diversion, as is often the case in England and the United States. Bearing this fact in mind, it will be more easy to understand that foreigners will, when they fall out and have access, will use any means at their disposal. Perhaps a bottle, perhaps a limb, perhaps a knife, anything that's at hand. And we said that our young ladies are out strolling unescorted, only with their sash. Now, every gentleman is taught that they have to defend the weaker sex. And here we have a lovely walk in the park.
That money, no one gets hurt.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, and now we have a little encore demonstration. Should we both, is there anything else you wanted to cover before we do that? No, very good. Okay, so Charles will attack me with a straight fist to the nose, just like in Sherlock Holmes. We're ready, and he throws it, and then here I elbow him into the nose, and then I belabor him as I see fit. If he attempts to get up, I simply take the weight of my body onto his ribcage, put his elbow into my stomach, put my other knee onto his jaw, and compress his wrist into my stomach until I hear snap, crack, pop. As you see fit. And as I see fit, exactly right.
That's Tom McNeil, ladies and gentlemen.
Daniel.
Actually, no.
Oh, excuse me. Go ahead. David, you do it. Sorry, you call the action. All right.
Whoa!
Oh, I thought that belonged to her.
Some Atami Waza, some striking techniques from the jiu-jitsu side of Bartitsu. Oh! Joe will demonstrate his boxing as self-defense from Bartitsu. Very nice. Some wrist locks.
Nicole!
This is my jacket. This is me using his jacket. And this is me using my jacket. And this was something the Japanese brought to Europe, which wasn't really native, but using the fabric that's already at your person. And pretty much every gentleman would have a jacket, so that's something that's always looking. Richard Lowry, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm going to do a few of my favorite moves from the old days here. Give me a jab first. And a roundhouse punch.
Oh, would you show the judo chop?
Oh, I love the judo chop. Straight orders from the side.
Here goes David Charles! Later on today, we will have classes in Bartitsu cane and Bartitsu throw. Please check the schedule. Later on, we will have the single stick as the 1904 Olympic sport. but in the steampunk verse. Conversely, there are cards over there advertising our Bartitsu workshop. It's a 6-hour workshop on June 16th in San
How are we
Jose.
for time, Tom? Do we have some time to field some
Oh,
questions?
we do have some time to field some questions. What, yes, sir.
If I may, I have two.
Yes.
In order, first, straight boxing, many martial artists point out the human fist is a very unstable structure. It's excellent way to break your knuckles, it takes your head. So treat that. And also in the move you demonstrated, not snapping the wrist, what does it take to dislocate the shoulder?
It doesn't take that many pounds of pressure to dislocate the shoulder, but if, with Joe, boxing question, very good. So, if you notice that when Joe takes his position, he has at a 45-degree angle. There, British boxing says that it's like so. Japanese karate is like so. You'll notice when it's like so, it fits into my eye socket very well. This is called hitting the squishy parts. As opposed to hitting the crunchy parts where your hand can hit. If I were going to hit Joe, and if he was using British boxing, he is designed so. And you take his guard. You notice that his left hand is protecting the mark, the solar plexus. In modern football, you're talking with your helmet here, and it's now banned as illegal. So he wants to protect that from a kick, a knee, a punch. So he is purring, milling, to be able to do so. I was taught that you don't hit with your hand, you hit with the large portions of your bone. And I'm going to go with the squishy part. So if he throws a straight punch, I come here, and I'm not trying to hit with these small little bones. I'm trying to put this part in his throat, or hit the connection right here. That was the first question. And the second question was the shoulder dislocation. If he throws that same punch, you go over here, I take him off balance, I bend the elbow, I strike the jaw, I put my foot behind his leg, he goes down, and then it goes down. From here. And from here, I have the choice of either kicking him, but if I choose not to put my knees on his body, I will simply make a level point here at the shoulder and crank this way to Chicago. I don't know how many pounds of pressure it is, but if I were going to dislocate his shoulder, that's the method I would use. Any other questions? Yes, please.
To expand on the boxing question a little bit, when you see this sort of classic, this hand right here to protect the solar plexus, the idea is that you can move your head and dodge blows to the head, but by moving it, you can't move your solar plexus so readily. And by the late Victorian stuff, you're starting to see more of the knuckle strikes. It's becoming more of a scoring sport. If you look at the pre-Marquess Queensberry rules, the Kaiser rules, they use a lot of the hammer fists. Those are explicitly outlawed. Because, again, if you go to knock on a heavy door, you don't knock on it like that, you knock on it like that. You require a lot more force. And there's a lot of slapping, backhands. But as it becomes a sport, and less of a blood sport, you see less and less of it.
Next question. The floor is yours.
Thanks for coming out, people. Hope you enjoyed that. Richard's going to help me just a little bit.
Yellow, Warriors dance. I'm not quite sure. Whatever the sign says.
Richard and I will be talking about grappling and throwing in the steampunk. We're going to expand on some of the stuff that was in Bartitsu a little bit. Please come back for that. We've got Gavin's got a class coming up.
We are doing the word dance. My partner Dan and myself, it's a participation class. We're essentially going to teach you how to use these kind of weapons on a dance floor without actually carrying them onto the dance floor. So you know